Jannatul Quran, Islamic Studies, Textbook, Part 3. I am a Muslim, prepared by Shaykha Dina عصام. المقطع الثالث. The Day of Judgment. The Day of Judgment. All Muslims believe in the Day of Judgment. On that day, we will be questioned about how we had lived. We know that we all have to die sometime. One day, everything on this earth, the sky, the planets, and all other things will be destroyed on Allah's command. Nobody except Allah knows when this will happen. Our life on earth is short. The real life, which will never end, is the life after death. In the life after death, there will be a day called the Day of Judgment. Allah will bring us back to life after our death and ask us about how we behaved on earth. Everyone will be judged fairly, as Allah is the most just. Everything we say or do is written down by the angels in a book called the Book of Deeds. On the Day of Judgment, each one of us will receive his book. Those who receive their book of deeds with the right hand will go to Jannah, as those people have obeyed Allah's commands and will be rewarded. Those who receive their book of deeds with the left hand will go to Jahannam, as those people have disobeyed Allah and will be punished. Punished, obeyed, disobeyed. Jannah, people who obey Allah will be rewarded. They will enter Jannah, which means paradise. Jannah is a place of happiness and joy. There is no sadness in Jannah. It is a beautiful and lovely place, full of gardens, trees, and rivers. There will be rivers of milk and honey. There will be palaces made of gold and silver. People can do whatever they want in Jannah. They can also meet Prophet Muhammad there and all the people whom they love. They will keep enjoying their lives in Jannah forever. No one will become sick, grow old, or get bored in Jannah. No one will ever die or have pain in Jannah. Think of the good deeds you need to do so you can enter Jannah. Jahannam. People who do bad deeds will be punished. They will enter Jahannam, which means the hellfire. No one wants to be there. It is not a nice place. People who disobey Allah and do not ask Allah for forgiveness may enter the hellfire unless Allah have mercy on them. Prophet Muhammad told us to save ourselves from the punishment of Jahannam. Small good deeds can save us, even a small charity, good word, or a smile. We need to do lots of good deeds. We should always ask Allah for forgiveness and think of every action we do or word we say. We should think whether Allah is pleased with our actions or not. If we do something bad, we should say, I seek Allah's forgiveness, and we should not do that again. Divine destiny. Al-Qadr means that Allah has knowledge of everything that will happen. Nothing can happen unless it is the will of Allah. Muslims believe that. This doesn't stop him from making free choices. All people are able to choose how they want to behave. We should remember that if something good happens to us, we should thank Allah. If something bad happens to us, we should still thank Allah and not complain. Everything happens to us for a reason, as it happened by Allah's knowledge. Allah always knows this reason, even if we cannot know or understand it. Dhikr, great rewards in a short time. There is no power and no might except by Allah. The Messenger of Allah said to Abu Musa, "Shall I not guide you to a treasure from the treasures of Jannah?" I said, "Yes, O Messenger of Allah." Thereupon he said, "Recite لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله." Nabi Adam, the creation of Adam. Allah decided to create servants on earth so that they may worship Him. He then made the first man out of clay. This first man was Nabi Adam, Adam and the angels. Allah taught Adam the names of all things. He asked Adam to tell the angels what the names of these things are. Adam told them what he knew, as Allah had not taught the angels all the names. They said, "O Allah, we can only tell you what you have taught us." Allah commanded the angels and the jinn. Jinn were created by Allah. They were created from a smokeless fire to prostrate, make sujood to Adam. All the angels obeyed Allah. Shaitan refused to obey Allah. Allah asked him, "What stopped you from prostrating when I commanded you?" He replied, "I am better than him. You have created him from clay and created me out of fire." So Allah said to him, "Get out of here. You are cursed, and the curse will be on you until the day of judgment." Shaitan said, "Because you have thrown me out, I will try and lead people away from you and make them disobey you, except for your good servants." Allah replied, "I will fill up hell with you and those who follow you." Shaitan decided to mislead Adam. Shaitan was proud. He disobeyed Allah and thought he was powerful. Allah was his creator and master. All power comes from Allah. It was foolish of Shaitan to think that he had power. Because Shaitan refused to obey Allah, Allah said, "You are cursed, Shaitan. Leave paradise now. You are not allowed here. I have cursed you until the day of judgment." Shaitan replied, "From now until then, I shall mislead people." Allah said, "You will not be able to do any harm to a person who will follow my orders and live a good life. You will not be able to mislead him." This means that Shaitan can mislead only those who disobey Allah's orders because they also behave like Shaitan. How Shaitan cheated Adam and Hawa. At the beginning, Adam was all alone. Then Allah created his wife, Hawa. Allah told them, "Stay here, eat whatever you like, but do not go near that tree. If you do, you will come to harm and you will suffer." Shaitan had now become Adam's enemy. He heard what Allah told Adam. He therefore planned to mislead Adam. Allah had warned Adam, "Shaitan is your enemy. Do not trust him. He will mislead you." Shaitan pretended to be Adam's friend. He came to them and said, "Shall I teach you how you can become like the angels? Eat the fruit of that tree. You will then know how you can live forever." Sadly, Adam and Hawa forgot Allah's warning and ate from the tree. Immediately, their private parts became apparent to them, and they began to fasten together the leaves of paradise over themselves. The fall of Adam. Allah told Adam and Hawa, "Have you forgotten my warning? From now on, Shaitan is going to be your enemy. Adam and Hawa knew that they had disobeyed Allah. They were very upset that they had made a mistake. They prayed to Allah to forgive them. Allah forgave them. Allah told them, "It is now time for you to leave for earth. You will live there for a short period. After some time, you will die and come back to me." Allah sends Adam and Hawa down to earth. Allah said, "Your sons, daughters, and their children will live on earth. They will die and come back to me. But many of them will forget my teaching and all the things that I have taught you. So, from time to time, I shall send my message to some good men. They will be my prophets. They will call people to the right path. Those who will not follow them will be punished in hell." Qabil and Habil. Adam and Hawa were blessed with two sons, Qabil and Habil. When they grew up, Adam asked them to make a sacrifice to please their Lord. Habil chose the best ram and sacrificed it, while Qabil brought his crops, but it was not too good for a sacrifice. Thus, Allah accepted Habil's sacrifice, but rejected Qabil's. Qabil became angry. He said to Habil, "I shall kill you." Habil just said calmly, "Even if you raise your hand to kill me, I will not fight back, for I fear Allah, the Lord of the worlds." Qabil's anger increased, so he killed his brother Habil. But soon Qabil's anger cooled down, and he felt very sorry for what he had done. He did not know what to do with his brother's body. Then Allah sent a crow, which landed on the ground near the body. The crow began to scratch the ground to tell Qabil that he should bury his brother's dead body under the earth. "Woe to me!" cried Qabil. He was even more sad now for what he had done. He buried his brother in the ground. We learn from this story we should always obey Allah and not listen to Shaitan. Shaitan is our enemy. He wants us to disobey Allah. We should love each other and not get angry when someone is successful. Adhan. Adhan is the call for Salah. The mu'adhin, the man who calls the adhan, calls out the adhan 5 times a day. The mu'adhin faces the Kaaba when he calls the adhan. Muslims then get ready to offer Salah once they hear adhan. The wording of the adhan is, Allah is most great. Allah is most great. I testify that there is no God but Allah. I testify that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Hasten to the prayer. Hasten to the prayer. Hasten to success. Hasten to success. Allah is most great. Allah is most great. There is no God but Allah. Allah's messenger said, when you hear the adhan, repeat what the mu'adhin says, except for when he says, hasten to the prayer, hasten to success. Here you should say, there is no might and no power except by Allah. Once the mu'adhin finishes the adhan, say, I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah alone, who has no partner, and that Muhammad is his slave and his messenger. I am pleased with Allah as my Lord, with Muhammad as my messenger, and with Islam as my religion. The Prophet said, whoever says when he hears the call to prayer, O Allah, Lord of this perfect call and the prayer to be offered. Grant Muhammad the privilege of intercession and also the eminence, and resurrect him to the praised position that you have promised will have my intercession on the day of judgment.